Welcome back to Ask Abundance. Today I'm joined by Rebecca Smith. Rebecca is a limitless practice grad who came aboard Team Abundance. She has a premium fee private pay practice in New Orleans and is great at helping abundance therapists imagine what's possible for them. She is going to tell us today's question.
Yes, I am. This one is about slow periods in private practice.
Mhm.
The August slumps, the post-holiday drops, the random stretches where the phone just stops ringing are something almost every therapist experiences, but almost nobody talks about honestly until they're in one and panicking.
Mhm.
Facts. What do you wish therapists understood about slow periods before they hit their first one? How do you coach someone through the emotional spiral of a slow month? And what separates the therapists who use those periods productively from the ones who spend them catastrophizing?
Mhm.
I'm laughing
This,
because I'm like, yeah, I feel it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
Before we get into it, I do want to thank TherapyNotes, though. They're our sponsor for Ask Abundance, and I've talked about them for years. What really sets them apart is that they genuinely care about your experience. It's not just about troubleshooting. They actively implement user-suggested features like therapy search, secure messaging, clinical outcome tracking, and their AI Notes feature Therapy Fuel. Everybody at Therapy Notes believes in the product and wants you to love it too. Plus, they're independently owned, which means no venture capital, woohoo, and no pressure to prioritize investors over customers. This independence allows them to keep their prices fair, to focus on innovation, and to prioritize customer experience. With over 100,000 therapists already on board, they've proven that you don't have to compromise success for quality. If you're ready to try it out yourself, you can get 2 free months with the code ABUNDANT at therapynotes.com. Okay, let's get into it. I will say first, one of the things they say is like nobody talks about it until they're in it. And the scary thing that happens every summer in every therapist Facebook group that's ever existed, um, people will get in there and be like, "Oh my God, it's slowed down. I don't know what to do. My life is falling apart." And then it's like a pile on of like, "Oh my God," right? It's like fire spreading.
Yeah.
So if you're new to private practice, like your first few years, I promise you the summer will probably slow down for you. You should
Yeah.
anticipate the summer slowing down.
Yes.
Um, if you work with kids, your summers will always slow down, most likely. You should anticipate that your summers will slow down. So, like, if you've been in practice with adults for 8 years, your summers probably won't is not going to be appreciably different. Depending.
Not as much with kids though, yeah.
Yeah, with kids, you're yeah, it's gonna
It's just
crash. It's
pain.
okay. We
Yeah.
can we can plan for that during the school year so
Hmm.
that it's like, I can relax some over the summer instead of panic. So
Yes.
part of this is understanding the ebbs and flows of therapy.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
so
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put that out there. The Facebook groups are going to increase your worry and your panic if you are also slowing down.
Hmm.
Stay out of the ones that do that to you.
Hmm.
Um, because often what happens is somebody will go in there and say something that is helpful or a suggestion, and then people are like, that's not gonna work. And like it just becomes like a cesspool of anxiety. And people are spending more time on Facebook complaining about not having clients than they are marketing their practice.
Right.
I promise you, the therapists complaining about that on Facebook are engaging with Facebook more than they are marketing their practice.
That seems
Boom.
like a problem, friend.
Yep, you have a choice. There is a choice here. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that I think I'm hearing two things from you. One is the fact that there are slow periods doesn't necessarily mean you're doing anything wrong.
Hmm.
Like and number two, like your practice is your practice. Are there global trends and stuff like that or national? Sure, yes, yes, yes. But like eyes on your paper and like you're gonna be better
Yeah,
off. Yeah.
totally. So, like, I have a lot of friends in private practice whose practices ramp up at the end of the year. All the like being around the family stuff, like
Oh
they get
yeah.
new clients coming out of the woodwork.
Multiple clients invited me to Thanksgiving last year. It was they're
Okay.
like, "Can you just come and like watch. And I was like, thanks, I'm not going to. But
Yeah.
that, yes,
Yeah.
I have that clientele.
Yeah. Whereas, like, as an eating disorder therapist, even though the holidays are extremely stressful in the years that I was an eating disorder therapist, um, I always had a lull in referrals or new clients at the end of the year because my people are wait till Monday people. And the Monday of the end of the year is January
January
1st.
1st.
So January, I'd get slammed because they're like, this is the year that I'm going to finally kick this eating disorder to the curb. But
Hmm.
for them, they need the fresh start. And that is
Hmm.
not going to happen mid-November for them unless there's a crisis.
So much of what I'm hearing you say too is, first of all, know the ebbs and flows of private practice therapy, but then also know your personal ebbs and flows of maybe your
Yes.
location. I'm in New Orleans, so people get
Mhm.
seasonal affective disorder in the summer here. It's like
Uh-huh.
a different thing. Um, note for your clientele, whether that's kids or eating disorder or whatever it is.
Hmm.
Um, like if your niche is like tax people, like you're not going to hear a lot in April, you're going to hear a lot in May. Like,
Right. Right.
yeah. So like know your own flow for it
Hmm.
and prep. Like one thing I talk about with anxiety for my patients is discomfort is a signal to change something, like get your hand off the stove. But
Hmm.
if you know that the pain is coming and the pain sometimes doesn't actually signal you need to change, like you shouldn't hit the nice lady who's giving you a vaccine just because it hurts. Like
Right.
you
Right.
should remind yourself, this is going to be uncomfortable. I just have
Hmm.
to get through it.
Yes.
And I do think that that can be something that happens in the slumps. But I also hear them say, I want to be productive and not catastrophize.
Hmm.
So that might not just, it might not mean just like breathing through it. It might mean like marketing or it's,
Yeah. So let's talk about that because there are absolutely things you can do to counteract the slumps.
yes.
One of the things that you might want to do is ramp up your marketing before the slump happens and take on a few more clients if you know that some are going to like kind of graduate out or they're going to go on a bunch of vacations. You know, like my
Yeah.
kid goes to camp for a month. I'm not, gonna I'm just like, bye to a therapist, even though a therapist is amazing. So it's being really clear about what you can do almost preventatively,
Yeah.
right? Like, what's the prophylactic for this? Is
Yeah.
like ramp it up, maybe see some more people. Maybe it's see some more people through the whole school year, like not a number that burns you out, but you should make your rates match how many people you need to see during the school year in order to coast some during the summer.
Yes. Yeah. If you know in your head you want to make on average $10,000 a month,
Hmm.
you're not going to make the same in March that you do in August. So
Right,
it's not 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
right.
And so if that's what that means, it might mean 12, 8.
Hmm.
And you need to know that and prep before it happens.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Um,
I'll also say that like check in with yourself a little bit about what productive means. So
mhm,
like for a lot of us productive does mean like I need to make sure I need to maintain my marketing, I need to maintain my income. Um but honestly productive can be rest.
mhm,
And planning rest at the right time is actually really helpful. So like the example that I had in my own life a couple of years ago, I was like, I should take a solo vacation. It's going to be great. I was kind of talking with friends about where I would go, and one person was like, "Oh my God, I went to Arizona in February and it was like so nice." And then another friend was like, "I went to Maine in July and it was so nice." And I was like, "Well, in February, I have to cancel way more clients than I do in
mhm.
July. So it
Yes.
looks like I'm going to Maine. Like
Hmm.
I'm taking my time when my schedule is telling me to take my time.
Yes. Yes. I do that in December. I take the last 2 weeks of the year off every year. I have for over a decade because I know the pattern well enough. And then like trying to see people who are waiting till Monday slash January 1st, and there's all these like everybody has last minute cancellations and no shows and things like that at the end of the year because everybody's schedule's weird.
Yeah.
And like I'd just rather not mess with it.
No.
like let's just have a couple weeks off and reconvene. If you need me, like if there's a significant issue, reach out, we'll figure it out. But
Mhm.
um, taking 2 weeks off of your practice, if you that's something you have to plan for the rest of the year, right?
Yes.
And that is a part of, I always tell people at least 6 weeks off per year. Because even if you only want to take 3 week long vacations or 4 week long vacations, you want to have some cushion so that those cancellations that you don't charge them for because they were, 3 days before the session or whatever, like the money you were counting on, you've got some cushion for that. There's 2 weeks worth to add up, or
Yes.
you get sick or whatever. Um, it's important to make sure that you have contingencies and you were
Mhm.
thinking through like you said, it's not going to be 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 every single month.
Yeah.
That's not realistic.
No. And you could even try to get creative with it. Like maybe summer or whatever the slump time is, maybe that's a time to be like, I could do some intensives.
Hmm.
Like suddenly my Thursday is really free. Like what does it look like to market that? And after a few years of knowing that rhythm,
Hmm.
um, just keep being proactive. Like think about what does 3 months from now look like? What do I need to do to prep for? It's not
Hmm.
I think a quarterly basis can be a really nice way to do it. Like Q1, what am I doing? Q2,
Yeah.
and plan accordingly.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if you're new to it and you don't have that figured out yet, trust us that it will slow down in the summer. You are not doing anything wrong. You have not failed. If you need to get your numbers up in the summer, the best time to do that is in the spring, like to front load it. But
Yeah.
if it's too late for that now, you need to do 2 to 3 times as much marketing to try to get new people in the door in the summer than you need to at other times in most niches. Again, like being an eating disorder fit therapist for so long, I didn't have slumps in the summer because my clients were like, I don't want to be in a bathing suit. I don't want to wear shorts. Like it was more stressful in the summer. And so I was always steady. Uh, but your niche is going to help determine that. And
Yeah.
every niche has slumps throughout the year because
Absolutely.
there's no person that is just perfectly consistent with therapy all year long.
It's
So,
so true. Yeah. And catastrophizing never helps. So
right,
there you
right.
go.
We have a free worksheet for you today. That's 8 factors to help you remember what you have control over and what you don't. And this is going to be really helpful because you have a choice to freak out in a Facebook group, or you have a choice to put in some work to get more clients in the door. You do not have a choice as to whether clients kind of ghost during the summer or not. Um, but you do have a choice to have good ways to maintain relationships with clients if they're traveling or things like that. Also, we have a really great course in the Abundance Party called Ebbs, Flows, and Plateaus that addresses this at length. So if you're not already in the Abundance Party, I'm going to put the link for that in the show notes and in the caption. So whether you're listening or you are watching, you've got access to all these things. Yeah. Thanks so much, Rebecca.
Wonderful. Thank you. See you later.